Hello, this is Aaron again from the Basement Cigar Room for Lo-Fi and D.I.Y. And I actually wanted to just very briefly go over how to install the EXO back. I was talking about the EXO Instax Square for the Packfilm cameras. And so I'm going to show you kind of how easy it is to install it on one of these. This is just a 100 that I picked up. Okay, take the lid off. You're not going to be able to use this lid because it no longer folds with the EXO in place. EXO, as I explained before, is exoskeleton. And we're going to put an exoskeleton on this because the original pack film, the actual film itself, is extremely cost prohibitive. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this back off. Okay. And that's basically the first thing and the last thing we're going to do. One thing I might mention really quick is, though, these cameras, oftentimes, you would find them with corroded battery terminals, things like that. Right inside of here, it will tell you how many volts, and based on that voltage, you can just go ahead and rig yourself up something. I have here 4.5 volts in a 100, automatic 100 camera. So rig yourself up that, because if it's corroded and it's an automatic, it's not going to work. If it's actually one of the professional levels, 180, 185, and 190, basically doesn't matter if you have batteries or not. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the pin right back here. We're going to be putting the pin right back in so that this door stays on, but we're removing this door. Okay, first thing you'll run into, and I've already taken it off in advance so it doesn't become a big sticky widget when I'm trying to show this to you. There's little plastic plugs in both top and bottom. They're kind of a pain in the butt. If they don't come off, just cut them out of the way. And then you're going to take something like this, something sharp. Okay, I'm sorry, wrong thing. Something sharp like this. You'll put it in that hole and just tap out the pin. And I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. You can see I'm using the right tools for the job I'm showing you. Okay. Once you get the pin to come out the bottom, go ahead and grip it with the needle nose pliers. Oh, in this case, I just pushed it right back in. Let's try it again. Okay. In this case, I need something a little sharper than this. Let me grab this little thing I just saw, because again, I come prepared. Okay, so now I have the pin sticking out right here. I grab it with this. Just go ahead and pull it. The pin's out. This is the hinge pin. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and remove this part of the back. And I mentioned in the previous video, let's see if this came up. Okay, I mentioned in the previous video that when you remove that pin and you remove the back, if it has a timer, you might want to preserve as much of that, the line as you can. Okay, so now I just push the pin right back in so that this door is still a hinge door. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and grab my EXO back. This is the first part that gets installed. This is the actual back itself. Okay, EXO IS, the Lo-Fi EXO IS. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it in like this. You're going to see it kind of just slides in like a pack of film almost. Like that. Push against a little spring right in there. Okay. It springs in place. Okay, now what I'm going to do, well, this just popped right into place quite easily. Sometimes these hinges can be quite hard, and so you want to make sure that not the hinge, the hook area here. And if it's a little bit stiff, you want to go ahead and pull that back when you snap this in. This one just slid right in place and popped in place. So that was it. I basically took the hinge pin out, I slid this in place, it Click right there. And now it's locked in completely. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put the exoskeleton front on so that we can use the viewfinder. Okay. So as far as that goes, I'm going to go ahead and move the viewfinder out of the way like this. Okay. And this is the exoskeleton right here. This is the most of it. This is 90%. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you see this right here goes over the shutter. Okay. And there's a little arrow. I'll show you that in a second. There's a little arrow right here, and that is meant to slip between these parts right here. Okay? And you'll see that as you're lining it up, it'll slide right in place. Okay? And that's from the viewfinder. Now you see how it's just clicking right onto that arm? Clicks onto the arm, and it snaps right in the middle. Okay? Now we go ahead and we rotate this part right here that goes over the button. Okay, rotate it over the shutter button, kind of holding the strap out of the way, and it goes right in place right there. So right there. And then you take this little twist thing here. Okay, take that twist, put it right in there. And that thumb screw, you go ahead and tighten it down right there. Okay, on the other side, okay, on the other side here, we go ahead and we take this one. Oh, I'm sorry, go for the wrong piece. This little hooky thing right there. Okay, you're going to go ahead and install that. Remove the little thumb screw out of the way. You're going to install it on this side. Okay, you see right there, it's going into place right there. You see, now it's in place. By the way, there's a cat in my lap right here, and she's not too happy about me draping this camera on her head. She's kind of annoyed with me right now. Okay. So I'm tightening that thumb screw. So, just to reiterate, once the pin's out, you put the back on, it just snaps into place. So far I've tightened 2 thumb screws, and I've got 99% of it done. See that right there. Okay, the next step is we're going to go ahead and release the front, and if you know anything about automatics and these Packfilm cameras, you just lift up on this bar, and that comes out like this. You don't want to extend it fully, okay? Because if you extend it fully, then it'll lock out, and we need it to actually stay in place for this. Okay? And again, we've got a thumb screw, and we've got this little part right here, and this part, we're going to actually, this is very easy once you've done it once, but until then, I put it on like this, right over this post. Okay, we're going to lower it right down like that, and then we're just going to turn it straight like that. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put the post in. Okay. Put the thumb screw in. There we go. So I'm tightening that thumb screw down. Okay. Now we have installed it. That's all there is to it. It's three thumb screws and just a little bit of maneuvering. That's it. There is no more to it. I'm sorry, there is one more thing to it. Yeah, of course I would forget. I personally like to be able to set it down flat. Of course, if it's sticking out right there, it won't set down flat too well. So I've made this stand for it. Go ahead and mount the stand in right there. So once you screw the stand in, it can set down nice and flat. Okay, you can see how that works. So basically, that's all there is to it. And now, I hope you have a nice day.